Hello everyone, I'm Professor Lee of Dr. Wildlove TV. In part 1, we studied Wholesome, Amna, and Bergamot, and in part 2, we studied radish rice, green tea, artichoke, and berberine. Today, in part 3, we will study 4 safe and powerful medicinal plants for improving hyperlipidemia. After part 3 lecture, the top 10 hyperlipidemia ends in part 4. Important points will be summarized and I'll show the practical use method. Let's get started. This is the ace plant, the leaf of a perennial vine of the Cucurbitaceae family. It is called southern ginseng, but it has more types and contents of saponin than ginseng. In addition to the effect of improving hyperlipidemia, it is famous for its anti-obesity effect and is ranked in the world top 10. And it has anti-diabetic, anti-anxiety, and anti-stress, and a fatty liver improvement effect. What is the name of this plant? This is Gynostemma pentaphyllum. It is mainly grown in Southeast Asia and has been drunk as tea since ancient times in southern China and northern Vietnam, where it is also called the herb of anti-aging or southern ginseng. In Korea, it is a plant that grows mainly in the mountains and fields of southern region, Jeju Island and Ulleungdo Island. It mainly grows in places with high humidity, such as along the coast, along rivers, and at the edge of a forest. In China, its name is Zhuagulan, meaning a vine plant with black and dark blue fruit. The scientific name Gynostemma pentaphyllum means a plant with 5 leaves. There are usually 5 leaflets, but there are also 3 to 7 leaflets, and they have a narrow ovate oval shape. It has small petioles with pointed end and serrated edges. It is characterized by fine hairs on the leaf surface and veins. There are plants that look similar and need to be differentiated. Its name is bush killer. It is a perennial vine of the Vitaceae family. It grows wild throughout the country, near villages, on field banks, and at the edges of forest. Similar point is 5 palmate leaves, but the leaf serration of Gynostemma pentaphyllum have sharper leaves and hairs on the leaf surface. The tips of the leaves are more pointed, but bush killer vine has almost no hair on the surface of its leaves. Talking about the main active component. 1. The most important are more than 100 types of gipenocyte, which are saponin compounds. Because it is the first plant saponin found other than the Araliaceae family, so it is called southern ginseng. 25% of them have the same structure as ginseng saponin ginsenoside, such as RB1, RB3, RG3, RC, RD, etc. But saponin contents and types are greater than those of ginseng. Among gipenocyte, Damolin A and B are anti-cancer and AMPK activators, resulting in anti-diabetic, anti-hyperlipidemic, and anti-obesity effects. Because it is sensitive to high temperature, when drinking tea, it's best to drink tea at a temperature of around 60 to 70 degrees. Another important component is polysaccharide. Before I tell you about mechanism of action, there is something you should know. Refrigerative prescription drug for hyperlipidemia are statins, which inhibit cholesterol synthesis. There is another new drug which does not work by inhibiting cholesterol synthesis, but it moves cholesterol from the blood into cells. Gynostemma pentaphyllum has the same mechanisms as this new drug for hyperlipidemia. Therefore, the reasons why it is good to use this plant in combination with the statin drugs are as follows. 1. It has the mechanism that does not exist in the statin. 2. It has liver protection effect. Statin drugs do not have this effect, so when used in combination with this brand and statin drug, the lipid lowering effect is safely further increased. 3. Promote the synthesis and secretion of bile. 4. It has anti-diabetic, anti-hyperlipidemic, and anti-obesity effect through AMPK activation. I'm going to show you the scientific data behind. To summarize the 23 clinical studies published until 2023. Duration of taking is 4 to 48 weeks. Daily dosage, gephanoside 120 mg to 360 mg per day, divided into 2 to 3 doses. In some studies, when combination with statin drugs, take 60 mg in divided doses 2 to 3 times a day, or take 6 to 30 grams of dried leaf or powder ST 2 to 3 times a day. In some studies, the effect of reducing total cholesterol and triglyceride and increasing HDL cholesterol effect is similar to that of prescription drugs. The results show synergistic effect when combined with prescription drugs. Lipid lowering effect is slightly lower than the reduced rice. However, an important advantage that reduced rice does not have is it is more effective in patients who are overweight or obese. For about the scent and taste of this brand, a slightly fresh, glass and sweet scent. Since it has a sweet taste, there is no need to mix anything else to make it sweet. After drinking it, the scent remains in your mouth and you feel refreshed. However, if you use high dose or the steeping or decoction for a long time, it may taste bitter. It is also great to use as food. Use as a basic broth for various dishes. Make drinks, noodles, or bread and eat them. I'll tell you how to take it in capsule or tablets. 1. Capsules and tablets. After getting it, check the gephanoside content. Take as recommended dosage. Start with small amount. 3. When used in combination with prescription drug for hyperlipidemia, take half the recommended amount of the product. You can check the content of gephanoside per capsule by looking at the product description labels. I will tell you how to take it as tea. 1. The active component is sensitive to high temperature. Therefore, boil 250 cc of water and let it cool slightly. Then, the temperature will be around 70 to 80 degrees. Then, add 1 teaspoon of dry powder. Let it fall 10 to 15 minutes and then take it like tea 2 to 3 times a day before or after meals. 2. Since it tastes sweet, there is no need to mix it with anything else to make it sweeter. Let's talking about traditional decoction method. Leaves are collected with stems from summer to fall and dried in the sun. Grayish red is better than reddish brown. Use 1 to 6 grams of dried leaves per day. Boil in 1 liter of water in a medicine boiler at 80 degrees for 15 to 30 minutes. However, some studies have also shown that drinking tea with boiling water has also same lipid lowering effect. In traditional medicine, there is a record of use for chronic bronchitis, hyperlipidemia, gastritis, weakness, leukopenia, various cancers, skin itching, oozing, etc. Duration of use. Follow the product or expert advice. In clinical studies, the duration of use is usually 1 to 3 months or more. When taking for a long time, it's best to take a break of about 1 month every 3 months. Let's look at the side effects. There are no serious side effects reported in clinical studies. 1. Gastrointestinal problems. The most common are abdominal bloating, abdominal pain, nausea, constipation. Stop for 2 to 3 days and then start again with a small amount. 2. Headache and dizziness. Stop for 2 to 3 days and then start again with a small amount. 3. There are cases of increased liver enzyme levels, muscle pain, and increased level of muscle enzymes, creatine kinase. Of course, the incidence is less than 1/3 that of statin drugs, but stop when it happens. 4. Since it has a blood sugar lowering effect, hypoglycemia may occur. When taking diabetes medication, consult your doctor. 5. Consult your doctor when taking anticoagulant, antiplatelet drugs, diabetes, or high blood pressure medications. 6. Allergy. If symptoms appear, stop immediately and visit a hospital if symptoms worsened. The precaution is 1. Check liver function and muscle enzyme levels while taking the drug. 2. Avoid when pregnant or breastfeeding. 3. Avoid if you are allergic to cucurbitaceae family, such as cucumbers, melons, and pumpkins. 4. Because it has an antiplatelet effect, it's best to stop taking it 1 day before surgery or dental procedures. In addition to hyperlipidemia, this brand has many important effects proven by clinical studies. 1. Anti-obesity effect. This is an important effect that attracts attention. Powdered tea significantly reduces body weight, abdominal fat, and body mass index in 12 weeks. 2. Anti-diabetic effect. 6 grams per day as tea taken for 12 weeks reduce fasting blood sugar, HbA1c levels, and insulin resistance. 3. Increase athletic performance. In 12 weeks, improve endurance index, reduce exercise fatigue. 4. Anti-anxiety and anti-stress effect. In adults with chronic stress but no mental disorder, extract 200 mg twice a day for 8 weeks. Anxiety index decreased by 17%. 5. Improvement of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. By the way, if you have hyperlipidemia, obesity, or even diabetes, this brand is truly a valuable brand. So, I highly recommend you try the fragrant tea at least once. This is the 9th plant. It's the black seeds of an annual plant native to Europe and Western Asia. It is cultivated for food and medicinal purposes since 3,000 years ago. In addition to the effect of treating hyperlipidemia, diabetes, cardiovascular, digestive, respiratory, genitourinary, endocrine, nervous, musculoskeletal disease, etc. Clinically effective in almost all disease. What's the name of this plant? It's the black cumin. Another name for it is black caraway or çörek otu in Turkish. Scientific name is Nigella sativa. Nigella means black, sativa means cultivation, so it means it has black seeds and is a plant that's been cultivated for food and medicinal purposes since ancient times. The oldest confirmed cultivation history is over 3,000 years ago, discovered in the tomb of Tutankhamen. Origin is Eastern Europe and Western Asia, such as Turkey, Jordan, Iraq, Bulgaria. Grown in highland areas over 1,000 meters above sea level. The height is 20 to 30 centimeters. The leaves are fine divided shape. Flowers has 5 to 10 petals, very beautiful in various colors, light blue, light purple, white, yellow, and pink. The ovary is convex and large, contains many seeds, that is, black cumin. In the scripture hadith, Muhammad, the founder of Islam, he said, crush 5 to 7 grains to make oil and drop a few drops into the nose of the sick person. It can cure all disease except death. In Islamic culture, it's used in almost all food with religious significance, and it is an essential part of their lives. This has been proven effective through modern medical research and has expanded from food to a disease treatment purpose. What you see now are three types of cumin used as a spice in Middle Eastern and Indian cuisine. Among these, the black seed we are studying today are black cumin. What's the most important component? 1. The most important active component is thymoquinone, contained in aromatic oil. 2. In addition to improving cardiovascular disease risk factors, in other words, anti-hyperlipidemia, anti-diabetes, anti-hypertension effect. 3. It has a variety of other effects, including anti-cancer, nervous system, digestive, respiratory, and liver protection effect. There are two mechanisms of action in hyperlipidemia. 1. Inhibit cholesterol synthesis. 2. Inhibit absorption of cholesterol from small intestine. I'll tell you the scientific data behind. Until 2023, 25 research papers targeting more than 2,000 patients have been published. Daily dosage as seed powder 500 to 1,000 mg, as capsule 400 to 2,000 mg, or as oil 3 to 5 cc. Duration of taking is 3 weeks to 1 year. Reduction rate is as follows: total cholesterol 15.65, LDL cholesterol 14.10, triglyceride 20.64. Some studies report increased HDL cholesterol, but no increasing effect of HDL cholesterol in other studies. Other important results can be summarized in 2 points. 1. The effect is greater when taken as oil rather than powder. 2. Increased lipid-lowering effect when combined with hyperlipidemia prescription drugs. Let me tell you about the scent and taste. The scent of seed oil is strong bitter, slightly sweet, earthy, and herbal scent. Taste is characterized by a combination of strong bitterness, often tangy, slightly sweet, nutty, and mild peppery flavors. Scent and taste of seed powder is milder than oil and softly balanced with several mild flavors. If you like this scent and taste, it's also a good idea to take it frequently with food. In fact, it's used in almost all dishes. For example, it's used in bread, various stews, and salad dressings. Let's talking about how to take as a medicinal methods. 1. Capsules and tablets. After get it, take the recommended dosage. Start with a small amount. Usually the recommended daily amount based on oil is 1 to 2 grams. In the case of oil, it contains more concentrated active component, thymoquinone, than powder. And the absorption rate is higher than powder, and the effect is stronger and appears faster. When drinking tea, you can use it not only as a powder tea, but also as an oil tea. 1. Add 0.5 to 1 teaspoon of seed powder or oil to 150 cc of boiling water for 10 to 15 minutes and then take like tea. 2. Drink 1 to 2 times a day on an empty stomach before meals. 3. According to preference, add cinnamon, lemon juice, etc. 4. If you prefer a soft and mild bitter taste, use powder rather than oil. 5. Usually oils with a more red color has a higher active components content. I'll tell you about the proper duration of taking it. 1. Follow the product direction or expert advice. 2. In clinical studies, it's usually more than 1 month. 3. When taking it for a long time for treatment purposes, it's good to take a break in between. Traditional medicinal decoction tea method have 1 disadvantages. As already explained, features of thymoquinone is 1. It's not water soluble, so not extracted well when boiled in hot water. 2. It may be destroyed by high temperature or evaporated due to volatile nature. Therefore, if possible, take it as an oil rather than a decoction tea. There are many records of use in traditional medicine for skin disease, jaundice, gastrointestinal disorders, anorexia, conjunctivitis, indigestion, rheumatism, diabetes, high blood pressure, breathing, paralysis, amenorrhea, anorexia, asthma, cough, bronchitis, headache, fever, influenza, and eczema, etc. Let me tell you the side effects and how to deal with them. There are no cases of serious side effects in clinical studies. 1. Gastrointestinal problems, heartburn, nausea, abdominal pain, diarrhea, stop for 2 to 3 days, and then start again with a small amount. Because it is effective in treating diabetes and high blood pressure, it may cause hypoglycemia or low blood pressure. So, consult doctor when taking diabetes drug, and consult doctor when taking hypertension drug, or if you normally have low blood pressure. 4. Consult doctor when taking anticoagulant or antiplatelet medications. 5. Allergy, stop and be at the hospital if severe. 6. Weight loss may occur due to the effect of obesity treatment, but it's not a significant amount of weight loss. However, if you do not like this, reduce the dosage. Precautions. 1. Pregnant women, breastfeeding, children. There are lack of research data on safety, so consult doctor. If you are planning to undergo surgery, avoid taking this medication 2 weeks before. From now on, I'll tell you about other proven effects besides hyperlipidemia. However, there are so many effects and clinical studies that it is difficult to list them. 1. Diabetes. Black cumin belongs to the best top 10 level. 17 clinical studies show that reduced blood sugar, HbA1c, and insulin resistance, and improved hypertension in diabetic patients, improvement of kidney function in diabetic nephropathy patient, and improvement of vascular endothelial cell functions in arteriosclerosis of diabetic patient. 2. Reduction of cardiovascular disease risk factors. 1. Improvement of metabolic syndrome. 2. Slight high blood pressure improvement effect. 3. In coronary artery disease patient, arterial stiffness improved and nitric oxide level increased. 4. In 11 clinical studies in obese patients, weight loss of 2.1 kilogram, reduction of waist circumference of 3.5 centimeter, decrease in appetite. In digestive disease, including liver, 1. It has the effect of improving non-alcoholic fatty liver. 2. It also has the effect of functional dyspepsia. And in hepatitis C patient, it has the effect of inhibiting virus replication. 4. Among the endocrine disease, 1. Improvement of symptoms and thyroid hormone levels in autoimmune thyroiditis and primary hypothyroidism. 3. In addition, periodic breast pain improvement. 5. Kidney and urogenital disease. 1. In kidney stone patient, after taking the oil capsule 500 mg twice a day for 10 weeks, stones are completely discharged in 14.5% of cases, and stone size decrease on ultrasound in 52% of cases. Wow, it's great. 2. Improvement of kidney function in chronic kidney disease. 3. In male infertility, sperm number, motility, survival rate, semen volume, and male hormone are all improved. 6. Respiratory disease. 1. Symptoms and lung function are improved in asthma patient. 2. In COVID-19 infection patient, after taking the black cumin oil 500 mg twice a day for 10 days, the patient recovered faster. 3. Nasal dryness, itchiness, and nasal congestion symptoms are improved by nasal spray. 4. Symptoms of allergic rhinitis are improved within 2 weeks. 7. Musculoskeletal disease. Symptoms and function is improved in rheumatoid arthritis or degenerative knee arthritis. 8. Nervous system disease. 1. Anti-anxiety and emotional stabilization effects. 2. Increased memory and attention in healthy people. 9. Skin disease. 1. Improvement effect on various skin diseases have been reported. For example, atopic dermatitis, vulgaris, argenic keratosis, psoriasis, vitiligo, acute cutaneous leishmaniasis, wart, eczema, and acne, wound healing, etc. 2. For acne patient, after application of cymoquinone mixed hydrogel for 8 weeks, improvement in 19 out of 30 patients, but in control group, improvement in just 1 to 2 among 30 patients. In another study using 15% not cymoquinone gel, it had an inhibitory effect on various bacteria that worsen acne. 10. As you know, cancer patients experience many side effects during chemotherapy. 1. Pediatric leukemia patient reducing hepatotoxicity of anti-cancer drugs. 2. Reduced frequency of acute dermatitis by breast cancer radiation treatment. 3. Pediatric anti-cancer treatment reduced frequency of reduction of leukocyte numbers. 11. Dental disease. Reduced pain of dry alveolar osteitis occurs after tooth extraction. 12. Anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. Improvement of all inflammatory and antioxidant indicators in 20 clinical studies. Black cumin, it is amazing. Based on control clinical studies, it is effective in almost all diseases. The term panacea should not be used carelessly, but I should give that nickname to black cumin. It is truly a true panacea medicinal plant. It's the 10th plant. It is a perennial plant of the Lamiaceae family, and its root is red color. In addition to the effect of treating hyperlipidemia, it is famous for its effect on improving cardiovascular disease in traditional medicine of Korea, China, and Japan. It is one of the most commonly prescribed medicinal plant for cardiovascular disease patients. What's the name of this plant? It is Danshan. Scientific name is Salvia miltiorhiza. It also called red sage or Chinese sage. The color of the root is red and resembles ginseng root, but its effect is completely different from ginseng. Orsi is a powerful flower. It blooms in May to June. The stem is characterized by dense growth of hair. It is native to China. It is also widely cultivated in Korea. An important active component that's been studied the most is tensinon 2A. It is insoluble in water and has the property of being soluble in liquid. However, one of the derivatives, sodium tensinon 2A sulfone, it is soluble in water, so there are injection products made from it. 2. Salvia-nolic acid, a water-soluble phenol. 3. Other active components include dancin-su, rosmarinic acid, and caffeic acid, etc. 4. Recently, there have been many reports on the polysaccharide of danshan that have anti-cancer, immunomodulatory, cardioprotective, and hepatoprotective effect. 2 very simple mechanisms for reducing cholesterol. 1. Inhibit cholesterol synthesis. 2. Inhibition of oxidation of cholesterol. However, more important is that it has various anti-arteriosclerosis effects. Let's look at these important actions. 1. Suppress arterial wall stiffness. 2. inhibition of arteriosclerotic plaque formation. 3. Inhibition of migration and proliferation of arterial smooth muscle cells. 4. Anticoagulant action. 5. Vasodilation effect. 6. Inhibition of death of cardiac muscle cells and vascular endothelial cells. 7. Anti-inflammatory and antioxidant action in cardiovascular tissues. Compared to other medicinal plants we have studied so far, there are very few clinical studies on hyperlipidemia using Danzhen. But for patients with both hyperlipidemia and cardiovascular disease, Danzhen is one of the most frequently prescribed. Let's look at the actual scientific data. Until 2021, 22 papers were published targeting 1,987 patients with hyperlipidemia and cardiovascular disease. To summarize the results, total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and triglyceride all decreased and HDL cholesterol increased. As you know, aspirin is one of the most commonly prescribed drugs for patients with cardiovascular disease. However, when taken together with CDDP, a combination product of Danzhen, there is a synergistic effect. Danzhen's root has a mild earthy scent and it has a slightly bitter taste. Among the medicinal methods, Danzhen can be administered by injection. 1. It is manufactured with sodium TS2A sulfonate, an active component that is soluble in water. 2. It is mainly prescribed in China by experts. In China, a dropping pill called CDDP is famous. It is made with a combination of Danzhen, Panax noroginseng, and ginger. It is abbreviated as CDDP for compound Danzhen dripping pill. Capsules, tablets, after get it, check the content, take as recommended dosage. Start with small amount. When making tea, daily dose of powder is 1 to 2 grams. Add 250 cc of boiling water and drink after checking that the powder has dissolved. The bitter taste is not strong, but if you do not like bitterness, mix cinnamon, etc. I'll tell you traditional decoction method. It's one of the medicinal plants widely used by domestic Korean medicinal doctors, so it is widely cultivated in Korea. It is harvested in the fall and early spring. Good quality, has purplish red and clear vertical wrinkles. 1. Add dried root 4 to 15 grams per day, starting from 4 grams, to 1 liter of mineral water. Boil for about 100 minutes. Divide into 2 doses per day and take 4 meals. In pregnant women and menorrhagia, it should be avoided. There are records of use in traditional medicine for cardiovascular disease, menstrual irregularities, liver dysfunction, gastrointestinal dysfunction, and cognitive dysfunction. Duration of use, follow the expert advice. Usually 1 to 3 months or more in clinical studies, and when using it for a long time, take a break from use in between. Let's talk about side effects and how to deal with them. The action of anticoagulation for cardiovascular treatment is a very important therapeutic action, but it is important to be aware of precautions to be safe. 1. Breathing. Those who taking anticoagulant and antiplatelet drugs consult doctor. 2. Taking antihypertensive drugs also consult doctor. 3. GI problems, temporary abdominal pain, diarrhea, stop for 2 to 3 days, start again with a small dose. Allergy, stop and be at a hospital if it gets worse. Precautions, consult your doctor before taking. 2. Check blood pressure while taking. 3. Bleeding disorders, pregnant or lactating women and children should avoid. Among the proven effects other than hyperlipidemia, the most important one is the effect on cardiovascular disease. Let's look at these effects. 1. In patients with angina pectoris, when combination with modern medical treatment, symptoms are improved and drug intake is reduced. 2. Excellent improvement in echocardiographic indicators. 3. Unstable angina reduce the rate of recurrence. 2. In patients with hypertensive ventricular hypertrophy and heart failure, increased therapeutic effect when combined with medical treatment. Besides, 3. In patients with polycystic ovary syndrome, increased pregnancy rate, improved sex hormone levels, and improved metabolic index. 4. In patients with chronic kidney disease, for example, diabetic and hypertensive kidney complications, when combined with modern medical treatment, it improves kidney functions and inhibits the progression of kidney disease. 5. In patients with diabetic retinal complications, it increases the treatment effect when combined. 6. Vascular dementia, increased treatment effect when used together. 7. Effect of improving fatty liver. Among the medicinal plants we have studied so far, there are 2 that are good for people with hyperlipidemia and cardiovascular disease. One is Danjuan, which we studied now, and what's the other one? Do you remember? That is a mountain hawthorn. Lastly, 11th plant, an annual aromatic herb native to Europe and Asia. Seeds and leaves are used as food and medicine. Its nickname is fish herb because it goes well with fish. In addition to hyperlipidemia, it improves diabetes and digestive disorders, reduces intensity and time of prenatal labor. What's the name of this? It is dill. Native to the Mediterranean region, Europe, Central and Southern Asia, and Southern Eastern Iran. Its Apiaceae family, aromatic annual plant, leaves and seeds used as tea or food. Scientific name is Anodon graveolens, means a strong scent. The well-known name dill means to soothe in Norwegian. It's also called small fennel. Small yellow flowers blooms at spring. It is also edible. The features of leaf shape is green, delicate, feather-like leaves. It is widely cultivated not only domestically but also around the world. The most important active component is carbon, which accounts for 40 to 60% of aromatic oils, and complex action of phenolic acid, such as chlorogenic acid, ferroquinate, and flavonoid, etc., is added. There are 3 action mechanisms. 1. Inhibit cholesterol synthesis. 2. Activate LDL cholesterol receptor in the liver cells. 3. Bind to bile acid and reduce cholesterol absorption. 7 clinical studies have been reported until 2022. To summarize these results, daily dosage 1 to 3 grams of dried dill leaf powder or 1.5 to 3 grams dried leaf capsules. Duration of taking is 4 to 8 weeks. Reduction rate is total cholesterol 3.71, LDL cholesterol 1.5 to 15.64, triglyceride 2.48. But in HDL cholesterol, there is no significant increase. Let's talking about the scent and taste. Some of you may have tried it. I think it's a combination of fennel and celery. A unique, refreshing, slightly pungent scent throughout the flowers, leaves, and stems. Stronger scent in seed. The leaf tastes sweet at first, but then turns sour, feeling refreshed in the mouth. It is so popular in fish dishes that it is called a fish herb because carbon plays a role in removing the unique smell of fish. The salad you see looks very fresh, right? Used in various dishes, it's so popular in fish dishes. In France, the seeds and ribs are used to make cookie and bread. in Scandinavia is used to flavor pickles. Many kinds of capsules, tablets made from seed or leaf extract or oil. After get it, take recommended dosage, start with a small amount. You can make tea with seed powder or leaf powder. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of powder to 250 cc of hot water for 5 to 10 minutes and then drink like tea. Drink 2 to 3 times a day. When making traditional decoction tea, dried leaf 1 to 3 grams per day, mineral water 500 cc, decoct for 15 to 30 minutes, drink 2 to 3 times a day. In traditional medicine, there are records of use for many digestive problems, abdominal distension, upset stomach in infant, and flatulence in young children. Also, for menstrual irregularity and bronchial asthma. Let's see side effects and how to deal with them. 1. Digestive problems, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal discomfort. Stop for 2 to 3 days and then start again with a small amount. 2. Allergy, stop. If severe, visit a hospital. 3. Taking anticoagulant, diabetes drugs, or lithium, consult doctor. Precautions. Pregnant women, breastfeeding is best to avoid. 2. When taking diabetes drugs, consult your doctor before use. 3. Regularly check blood sugar. 4. Although cattle allergy is uncommon, it can cause serious complications for some people. Occasionally, a whole body reaction called anaphylaxis may occur. If you are allergic to carrots, it's best to avoid. Lastly, I will tell you other proven effects. 1. Diabetes. It reduces insulin resistance, reduced fasting blood sugar. 2. Reduce the intensity and time of prenatal labor. 3. Improvement of digestive disease symptoms by regulating coloring movement. 4. Skin elasticity decreased by about 30%. 5. Improvement of antioxidant and inflammatory index. 6. Antifungal effect. This effect is similar with antifungal vaginal tablets. Everyone, part 3 of the lecture is over. Thank you very much for your hard work. Your health will improve only if you study and take action. In today's difficult world to live in, health is really important. It's still a world worth living in if you don't get sick. But if you get sick, nothing is fun. It's all about health. So I hope you enjoy studying herbal medicine. There are now 4 final parts left in part 4 lecture. 1. In addition to the top 10, I'll briefly introduce 3 to 4 plants that are important for hyperlipidemia. 2. I'll summarize the key points of what you have studied so far. 3. I'll also show you how to actually drink tea. Stay healthy everyone, and we'll see you again next week.